talking about getting yourself in the right mindset and also mentioning the fact that art and your poetry is something that makes you happy. I was wondering if you have any kind of routine that you do before a show to get yourself hyped up.
Rather than talking myself off the ledge, I don't have a routine before my shows. Like, I tend to need to be alone. I can't like visit and see people beforehand. Like, I can't grab drinks. I can't, like, the whole day. Like, if it's a weekend show and I'm not coming straight from work, I really need to be alone. Oh, I love you too. But I need to be alone. And one time I had friends from Sweden visiting me, and they were coming to my show with me, and they rode with me. And I just got a marriage proposal.
Yeah, right? Okay, single for 10 years. It ends today.
I did have one 8-month stint in the middle, so, but I don't really count it. But so they were with me, and they were riding up to the Triad Theater with me, and they're talking and talking, and I'm like, I love you both. However, I need the only voice to hear. Like, the only voice I can hear right now is the one in my head, like reciting the poems over and over again. And they were like, I was like, I need silence. So I really need silence prior to my show is, I guess, my only ritual. And I shower before my shows.
Well, that's important. See, a shower can really cleanse you.
Yeah.
I have a question also of relationship to the color that is the entire essence of your artistic career.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was on the phone with my grandma today. She's really into Kandinsky, and he talks a lot about the importance of color and how you can feel it in different ways. So I was wondering if you've ever experienced color beyond being able to see it. Like, do you feel it, taste it, smell it?
For me, like, yellow is definitely a feeling, and I do feel like, or I do believe like colors have feelings and emotions to them. And the reason I gravitate towards yellow is because it brings joy and happiness for me. And if people have heard a bajillion interviews with me, I kind of gravitated towards it during a time when I was struggling with unofficial depression. Like, I was in college and I was just feeling really terrible. And it was like the one thing that I could bring around myself that kind of like cheered me up a little bit. And I just started surrounding myself in it. So I do think colors have emotions, but sometimes it's not always the same. Like, you know, people would stereotypically say like blue is sad, but it's not necessarily the case. But I think, you know, it's an individual experience to what each color is.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that you had a relatively nomadic existence when you first moved to the city.
Yes.
And I've actually been wondering if you had a favorite neighborhood in New York to explore alone.
To explore alone? I definitely love Lower Manhattan. I'm really partial to like Chinatown. Chinatown and Lower East Side. But I'm also biased because that's my neighborhood now. But like there's always something interesting. There's always like different places to like end up or explore down different streets and everything like that. So I love it down here. Like, this is the happiest I've been in this neighborhood.
That's amazing.
Kaylin knows. She's also a Chinatown girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you live in?
What neighborhood haven't I lived in? Yeah. My first year here, I was in Upper West Side. Second year, I was in Hell's Kitchen. From Hell's Kitchen, I was homeless for 2 to 3 months, and I was couch surfing.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in a different place almost every night. Whenever somebody would go on vacation for a week, they let me stay for a week. So for like 2.5 months. Then I moved into Union Square, lived there. Then I went to India for 2 months, came back from India, lived in Union Square again for a little bit, moved to Fashion District, lived in Fashion District for a few months. From Fashion District, I moved to Washington Heights. I lived in Washington Heights for about a month. From Washington Heights, I moved to Jersey City and lived with a friend for about 5 months. From there, I moved back into Manhattan, and I lived in Kips Bay for about a year or so. From Kips Bay, I moved to the Upper East. From the Upper East Side, I moved to Two Bridges, Chinatown.
You covered so much ground. Oh my God. Like big how did you move your stuff so much?
You know, I got rid of so much stuff. Like I moved to New York with a 15-foot truck, and now everything fits in like a van. So it was just like friends helping, renting vehicles, and asking people to move boxes, and yeah, I was all over the place. But it really allowed me to get rid of a lot of stuff. And where I live now is the least I've ever lived anywhere. I moved to New York.
And how long has that been?
Just started my 4th year here.
Congratulations.
I know, but my goal is to buy an apartment maybe next year, depending on how things go. Like, okay, maybe 2 years. I'm putting out there next year I'm going to be buying an apartment this time next year. But if not, I don't know. I'm not going to re-sign the lease here. I'm going to go somewhere. I don't know where. Probably still in this area because I love.
Maybe I moved into this apartment about a year ago. And I was thinking of like the 6 or 7 times that I moved with New York and examining the objects that stayed, because I lost so many things. There was the one time I had out everything I owned. There are other times where the move was just like slapdash and hectic. Forgot about things. So I was wondering, is there anything in your possession that's stayed with you all this time? Anything that-
I have a stuffed animal named Dog. He's actually one of the only things that has lasted since my marriage. I don't know. He's like, I was leaving my husband. He was what I grabbed, along with some clothes and everything like that. And he comes with me everywhere. Like he went to India with me and everything like that. And he sleeps in my bed with me, just a little stuffed animal guy. And I think that is what I've had the most, because like even my sewing machines, I've lost them in moving. Like I have one sewing machine left. I lost one of my most valuable sewing machines in a move. Yeah, like everything else rotated, but Dog has stayed.
You know, like one of the most things that I ever had to lose on purpose was my mom wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant when she got pregnant with me. Doctors were like, don't bother, you're not going to have this baby anyways, knowing that she was going to give birth to literally the most stubborn child to grace the face of the earth. I was not leaving. I was like, I'm in this womb. So my mom bought this Winnie the Pooh doll when she found out she was pregnant. And I had that for a couple years in New York. And then when I was leaving my apartment, then I really be curious about what could be kept and what could not be kept. And because of the nature of the situation, and that was really hard to like knowingly throw that out, you know. But on the other part of how I came to appreciate like what new beginnings can be, when you like put things out, I think is a major step in development.
Yes, no, absolutely. Because I think like if we hold on to things, we're living in scarcity. And then like we put so much emotional baggage onto these objects. And to like, and like by keeping it, it keeps that energy and everything like that. It's like stuff that's no longer serving us, and it's better just to let it go, because it's going to emotionally serve us better, because it's just a reminder. Like when I first moved here, I think my wedding dress, or there was something stupid I had under my bed. Like, oh, it was like these love letters. From the man that I had left my husband for. And I had just had them under bed. And so one day I just decided I was going to have a bonfire. I had a backyard in my first apartment, and so I went out into the little backyard and I just lit them up, and it was phenomenal. It was one of the best things I've ever done. Like, sure, now that I want to write about that whole situation, I kind of wish I still had some quotes, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I always try to do stuff like that, like the one show, and then also I had a bunch of pictures from somebody that I knew a long, long time ago, and I was slowly burning them piecemeal. Perhaps it would have been better to fire at once, you know?
Yeah, because that was like a thing we did. It's like when you're having an affair, like you can't, you know, I guess that's creating evidence, but well, we weren't smart. We got caught, so.
Oh. Well, this is just the way life goes. This is kind
just all part of the story.
Yeah, right? It's what makes you a good artist. But I have a question about kind of this idea of what you're talking about with different relationships in your life and whatnot. Are Friday nights or Sunday mornings?
In a relationship?
In your life. I think that this kind of
in my
thing, like
life.
Relationships as well, but
A Sunday morning over Friday night. Like Friday nights, like, you know, you're coming off of work, because I work an office job. So like that probably impacts my desire of which day. And it's like amateur night out in the city as well. But to like wake up on a Sunday morning, because I, back when life was what it was before, I'd get up, I'd go to the fitting room, I'd work out. My friends would be there. We'd always get coffee after. And it was just a great day. Like everything in the morning. And like, I, you know, probably a sign of getting old is I like getting up early on the weekends now.
yeah.
With a 9 to, well, I guess now it doesn't really matter, but like because I work Monday through Friday, like 10-hour days. And so to get up early on a weekend makes the weekend longer.
That does make sense. This is the nice thing, the fact that my weekend is Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, the whole doesn't exist, so there's no short or long. But I really like the fact that the whole world is up and moving, so that I'm also motivated to get up moving. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.